Hi everybody. So, I wanted to talk about a concept that really affected and influenced the way I play jazz and music in general, really, and this is something called forward motion. And I was introduced to it by the New York pianist and sort of veteran jazz educator Hal Galper, who wrote a book called Forward Motion. And it's worth checking out if you want to get into this concept deeply. But very simply, it's just about really starting any phrase with the end in mind. And this is the idea that everything is a pickup. That's a quote from Miles Davis. Everything is a pickup. What did he mean? Well, in music, a pickup, or sometimes it's called an anacrusis, if you're being very technical, is a phrase which starts before the first beat. So a very good example is Autumn Leaves. Autumn Leaves starts on beat 2. So if you're counting it in, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I mean, I syncopated it there, but the written phrase is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, like that, right? And actually, it happens before the first bar of the tune. Now, where do we end up? We end up on this note, the E flat, which is the third of C minor 7, and also the seventh of F7. So it's a very strong note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Same thing again, only this time with B flat and E flat. So third, seventh, yeah. Third, seventh. So that is, all of those phrases are pickups to target notes within the chords, the thirds of C minor 7, B flat major 7th, A half diminished, and G minor, respectively, right? So this idea of the pickup is very powerful for constructing jazz lines, but I just want to give you a really simple example, which is the C major scale. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, like that, right? So very simply, we're just going through, it's a 2-bar phrase, we're starting in bar 1 and going and ending on the first beat of bar 2. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Okay? And if you have a look at the music, and you don't need to be very good at reading music to understand that there's kind of a big horrible vertical line there between our last note, C, and a penultimate note, B. So if you didn't know much about, or if you hadn't really listened to much music, you might play this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Like that. I mean, it's an effect. Maybe the piece is like that. It kind of has a slightly humorous sound because... Wait for it. Okay. So, I mean, I remember that at the end of Second Balcony Jump, for instance, Dexter Gordon, he plays that. So, it's kind of droll. But generally, in the general run of things, we go... We end up resolving to the target tone. In this case, it's C, right? So let me give you an example from sort of jazz vocabulary. This is a phrase that I got from Wes Montgomery solo originally, but pretty much everybody plays it. And it starts on beat 2, just like similar to our ascending scale. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, like that. 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. And like Autumn Leaves, we're ending up on the third of the target chord. Like that, right? In the sub, 4, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. So it's important to connect that into the target and to hear that last note, that D, that third of B flat major 7th as being where we're going to end up. Now, that's all very well, but what I would also say is that there's a way we can practice this to make sure that we've really got it. And this is to build it up backwards. So we start with our last note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, even. And then we add in the note before on the and of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. And then on the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and then the and of 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and then on the 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and of 2. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Then the 2, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. We've got the whole phrase built up. So if you get fluent at this, you can do it in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. And it's a very good way to practice pretty much any phrase that you come across in bebop vocabulary. Help you make those connections. Now, this also has a ramification for the way we use things like scales and arpeggios for soloing. So, for instance, say we are moving into that B flat major 7th there, and maybe we use a diminished chord. In this case, it would be A diminished 7th, right? And we're going to start on beat 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? So again, we just build up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, like that. So we can do this with an altered scale as well. So let's do F altered. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so we're going to start on beat 2 with this one. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Again, we'll build it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, sorry, 4 and 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and 1. And that makes it into a phrase. And you can hear it a lot better when you hear it like that. You can do that with lots of different things. But I want to talk about a little bit about how we can use this to work on walking bass lines, which is maybe a little bit more familiar. So if you've been working on your Joe Pass style walking bass lines, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 6, 2, 5. B flat, G minor, C minor 7, F7, D minor 7, G7, C minor 7, F7. Hope I've got that right. I always find saying chord symbols very difficult. If we just have the bass notes here, we can play it in half time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, right? And what we do is we add in a lower neighbor on the beat before each of the bass lines. So this is again a pickup. We're going to start on beat 4, not on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And that kind of gives it a little bit more swing if we accent it slightly. But you can hear we start on beat 4, basically. And if we do with whole chords. Here, like I'm using some open strings there as well. It doesn't really matter, but it has the same effect, right? I'll do it with whole chords, just sliding up from semitone below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1. If you do this too much, it gets a little bit tiring, but you can do it selectively. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, like that, right? And it's probably maybe even something that you do already. It's quite a guitar-y thing to do. You can push that as well. So I quite like to push the approach chord onto the and of 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Listing some of the chords out there a little bit. And if we've got like more chordal time or more time on the chord to play with, such as in the bridge rhythm changes where we go D7 for 2 bars, G7 for 2 bars, C7 for 2 bars, F7 for 2 bars, you can start to introduce some more chromatic motion. So let's start on beat 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Getting into G. So start on D7. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. If I syncopate the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. A little push there. Hopefully you can see I can build up ideas. I mean, I could do it for 2, 5. So I could do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And you can start to use that to kind of give it a bit of extra swing, but also a bit of extra harmonic motion as well. Anyway, the master of that is probably Peter Bernstein, so check out his comping if you haven't, for a masterclass on how to use this concept in all sorts of ways. I'll attach a link to a very good video from my friend Jordan Clements, who tabs out Peter Bernstein's comping for Autumn Leaves, so you can compare that to what we've been doing here. But I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. I hope you find that useful and interesting. Please leave some comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.